I'm Srivatsan. I currently work at a foreign policy firm and conduct research in feminist economics and conflict studies. And I have been involved with research and policy making since the time of my graduation from the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. I'm currently actually still engaged with faculty members from different schools of the Jindal Global University, particularly from the Jindal School of International Affairs and the JSLH. I work on feminist economics with respect to unpaid care labor with India and China. There's a book chapter that I'm writing that's coming out later this year in November with another faculty member here. I work in the Bodoland conflict and conflict studies and conflict resolution. So I'm working with a couple of research centers on that on a research grant from the Department of Justice. And that's alongside my predominant foreign policy work in the corporate sector in energy and oil and natural gas. The law school is the largest school by population, and that's not the worst thing, at least in my experience. It's been more of a positive experience for me because I study international relations and I picked Jindal over other colleges primarily because I'd have this influence, because I'd be able to study international law, which I did, international affairs with master's students, which I did. And I think that is more of a positive, even if does exist a myth that the law school dominates on campus. I think it's a good thing. I think it seeps into other colleges. I don't think legality is the worst thing to be considerate of when you're studying anything else, from literature to economics or anything at all. The Liberal Arts School had very diverse faculty members. That I can definitely say is diverse. We had people who were ex-journalists, people who were policymakers, philosophers from all across the world, Oxford, Harvard. The late Professor Andrew Hay was a very crucial mentor to me, at least. He spoke to me about everything from psychoanalysis and literature to philosophy. And I think that that's one thing that you learn at the very start of your JSLH classes and your courses, is that there's very few types of knowledge that's not useful to you. And I've noticed that with any of the courses that I've taken and the faculty members I've interacted with, from the psychology professors to the sociology and religion studies professors. I think that's all contributed in some manner to the kind of knowledge that I have today. Primarily, one, the academic freedom. That's one thing that I, from the day I set foot in JSLH, had. Being able to take courses from so many other spaces. When I felt that I had a bit more time on my hands and I could take up a little more, the dean and the rest of the faculty members were very happy to oblige. Let me take an extra elective from anywhere else in the university. But I ended up taking courses from the Liberal Arts School again, simply because there's a large breadth, there's diversity, but there's also intensity there. When I studied philosophy, I did everything from political justice to jurisprudence, which law school students study. John Rawls and Hannah Arendt and all these people that you only engage with from a very technical school otherwise. So there's the whole myth about liberal arts, right? That it's broad, diverse, not too detailed, but I feel there's also that intensity to each course, and that you do go quite a bit in depth, because most of the fields in the social sciences end up intermeshing with each other, matching, fitting in some way to some global idea of the world that you have.